Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books. And I just wanted to come on here today. Oh, hello Tucker. Tucker's gonna help me. I wanted to come on here today and I wanted to do a quick little announcement for our October book for the True Crime Book Club, a True Crime Book Club that is co-hosted with my good Judy Mel. And Mel is very important to the October book because Mel's birthday, are you ready, is October 2nd. So she always gets to pick the October book, which means, yes, I know ahead of time, it's going to be a book about the mafia, which last year I was kind of like really hesitant about because the mafia is not something that I'm like super interested in. Now, I have watched Mob Wives and I watched a lot of this kind of stuff back in the day. What was that? Growing Up Gotti, I think. Was that the show that it was called? With Victoria Gotti. I used to watch all those kind of shows. But I don't really know a whole lot about the mob. And then last year, Mel picked the book about Richard Kuklinski, I think it's his name. And it was called like the Iceman Confessions or whatever, which was fantastic. It was a great read. It was very long, but the book for this October is not as long. But it was really, really well done. And it was a great discussion that we had. And I was so happy that so many people that typically don't read books about the mafia were willing to try it. And one of the things that is really cool about a True Crime Book Club that we started is that we try to pick things that are so different that like maybe one month to the next we're not reading the same things or the same genres. And so we're learning about all the kinds of different things. So even if like the mafia maybe is not your, I don't know, your taste du jour or what you like to read about, give it a try because you might find that it's very interesting to you, or you might find that you're completely bored with it. I don't know. But let me announce the October book, which I'm very, very excited about. Mel picked, she worked really hard on looking through a lot of books and picking a book that she thought that everybody would enjoy and something that she didn't know tons about that she would enjoy reading about as well. And so that book is, are you ready? Here, let me pull it up here so I can get a screenshot for the video. The SINATRA Club, My Life Inside the New York Mafia by Polisi. Okay. It has 415 ratings. It came out in 2012, and it is a rating of 3.93, so it is a high rating. Here, let me read it to you. In the best-selling tradition of Wise Guy comes a monster's behind-the-scenes look at how drugs and greed and the decline of traditional family values brought down an American institution, the New York Mafia. The mob was the biggest, richest business in America, too dangerous and too deadly to fail, until it was destroyed from within by drugs, greed, and the decline of its traditional crime family values, and by guys like Polisi. He was born, I should have gotten my reading glasses for this. He was born in Brooklyn, the same place that spawned Murder, Inc., Al Capone, and John Gotti, the future mob godfather who became his friend. Polisi was raised on a family legacy that led him into the life he loved as a member of the Colombos, one of the New York mob's feared 5 families, and came of age when the mafia was at the height of its vast wealth and power. Known by his mob name, Sally Ubats, Crazy Sally, he ran an illegal after-hours gambling den, the SINATRA Club, that was a magic kingdom of crime and a hangout for up-and-coming mobsters like Gotti and the 3 wise guys immortalized in Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas, Henry Hill, Jimmy Burke, and Tommy DeSimone. For Polisi, the nonstop thrills of glory days spent robbing banks, hijacking trucks, pulling daring heists, and getting away with it all. Oh my God, this synopsis is so long. Okay. And getting away with it all, thanks to cops and public servants corrupted by mob money, were fleeting. When he was busted for drug trafficking and already sickened by the bloodbath that engulfed the mob as it teetered towards extinction, he flipped and became one of a breed he had loathed all of his life, a rat. In this riveting, pulse-pounding, and of his brazen crimes, wild sexual escapades, and personal tragedies, Polisi tells the story of life inside the New York mob in a voice straight from the streets. With shocking candor, he draws on a hard-won knowledge of mob history to paint a never-before-seen picture of the inner workings of the mob and the larger-than-life characters who populated a once extensive and secret underworld that, thanks to guys like him, no longer exists. I was always a street guy. I was into robbing and stealing and gambling and loan sharking. I wasn't involved in the big money sit-downs, the labor racketeering and construction garbage and cement company kickbacks. For guys like me and Fox, my blood brother and crime partner, the thing we loved about being in that life was the action, the excitement. We were in it for the money, sure, but it was the danger, the thrills, that made the life of crime something special. A guy like John Gotti was different. He was far more ambitious than me and Fox. He wasn't just in it for the rush and the riches. He wanted the power and the glory. John Gotti's tragedy, if you can call it that, was that he was born too late for the old school gangster crown that he craved. He began his rise as the mob was beginning to crumble. By the time he got to the top, the bottom had dropped out. From the beginning, John was charismatic and smart. He just wasn't cut out to be Godfather. Once he became boss, he drove the bus right off the bridge. Or maybe it was the bus that drove him. Either way, I watched him go. Here's how it all happened. Sounds really interesting, doesn't it? I'm really excited to read it. It has 400 pages, or it has. It is 400 pages, and it is written by Sal Polisi himself. So it's an insider story, and I'm really, really excited about hearing all about it. The next true crime book club, I don't know, I can't say a true crime book club. The next book club live stream is next Sunday, which is the 27th, and it is at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are discussing the Chris Watts and Shanann Watts case from the book, which I finished like a week ago, The Perfect Father by John GLATT. So, you still have a week to read the September book club book if you want to. That's going to be a really interesting live discussion, I think. If you don't know anything about the Chris Watts case, there are tons and tons of videos. Netflix is coming out with a documentary about it. It's super, super tragic. So anyway, that is the October book pick that Mel picked out. Happy birthday, Mel! And don't you forget to go over on October 2nd and wish her a happy birthday. I'm really excited about reading this book, and our book club is just like growing and growing and growing. It is so exciting and so fun, and I'm loving every minute of it. So please come check us out. I will be back later this week with more BookTube videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you then. Bye.